Hello, everybody. Welcome to the True Transformation part of the Mindset is Everything podcast. Today, I have a very interesting guest. Robert is here with me. Hello, Robert. How are you doing?
Hello, Michael. It's good, but it always could be better.
Yes, well, that's part of the mindset, guys, as well. There is always space for improvement, and that's why it's really good to hear it. Guys, what I can tell you now about Robert is, that he worked throughout several professions, different professions. Quite recently, he changed profession again, and what's important as well, he worked in a few countries, so it's not just being in the same country all the time. He needed to face, the cultural changes as well and adjust to it. He needed to learn different languages, and he did it by himself. He didn't go to school. He's just self-taught speaker, and both his English and his German, because, for example, he was for part of his life in Germany, are languages that he taught himself. So that's, something that requires dedication here. That's why I'm really happy to have him in here today, and we'll have a chance to hear his story and share it with you. Robert, the big transformation that you went through quite recently, because it wasn't that far from the time that we're recording this. What happened? How did it all start?
At first, thank you very much for the great introduction of my humble person. And so,
Pleasure.
how did it happen? It was very interesting because my whole life, not my whole working life, it was work as a welder. So I was working in the factories and the production plants and so on. And lately, I had a contract in Germany last year. Uh, I started on February, 7 days of work, and finally COVID. And this was the most important part with this illness, because as I was working in a German company, not a Polish one, I always look for an employee it's generally in the country that from the country that I'm working in.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, everything looked wonderful, yes. But finally, one week in the work, and there was night shift, I felt a little bit dizzy, a little bit sick. My I had a mm,
Sore throat,
uh,
yes.
throat ache. Exactly. Thank you very much. And okay, I ended my night shift at 6. I went to the hostel when I was living. I found out that the doctor is the nearest doctor is about 8, opened at 8. Okay, so I waited, and I come to the doctor, and the nurse tells me I don't have the insurance. It
Ooh.
is not active. Okay, I work in a German company. I should have everything because it was all taken care of about 2 months earlier. So I'm calling to the guardian angel from the company, and the lady tells me, no, 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 everything is okay. It should all work. But the nurse tells me I'm not insurance. It was very good that my wife made me buy a tourist insurance in Poland. So okay, I was waiting for the lady from this Hoffman company to clarify the situation. Because, no, I will call our HR team. They said everything is okay, but let me check. Okay, she was checking. I was calling to the hotline from the insurance company from Poland. They fixed me the medical care in about I don't know what it was, six hours. Yes, from the time that I was talking with the lady. After 1 hour, she called me and said, there can be a problem, but the lady from HR tells me for sure I have it. After the next hour, it appeared that unfortunately the HR makes all the documents in about a month. So I have to work a month, then they take care of insurance businesses. Okay, so it made me quite angry, and then I went to the doctor. The doctors looked at me and said, "Okay, it's nothing serious." But as I was working, I was thinking to go to Poland to my home in about 3 days. So I asked him just to check me if it's a COVID, just to be sure that I won't take anything back from Germany to Poland to my family. The guy said, "Okay, there will be no problem." We made a test, COVID, and then
It's
isolation.
yes.
I'm calling to the lady from the company and tell her COVID. At first, she asked me why did I went to the doctor. Very stupid question. The second one was, this was even better. Why don't I go to Poland, back home? And then how? I have to go to isolation. I cannot go abroad. I cannot move myself from isolation.
Mhm.
Not only that this it's a penalty for this about 3,000 euro this it was in this time. I don't remember exactly, but for the epidemic cause, how can I go to the bus and go 8 hour
Yeah,
about three
travel.
eight 8 hours, those 8 hours I rode home? It's madness. And then it started in the hostel. They wanted to throw me out, but fortunately they could not. So they made me a isolated room and so on and so on and so on. And the 7 days of isolation when nobody, no colleagues, because I was there on my own, no family, no friends, no anybody for contact. No one knew exactly how long will it take. No food, and so on and so on and so on. 7 days of permanent stress. When it turned out that I can finally go out of this isolation, I turned gray a little bit and lost few hair from my head. And then, after talking with this lady from the company, and after those 7 days of very intense thinking, it came to me that I'm 40 right now. And when I was able to fix all the important issues with the telephone in a foreign country with foreigners in a different language,
That you taught
I don't.
yourself.
Mhm. So I don't have to work as a worker all my life. I can stop working with my hands and start to work with my head.
Okay,
And
guys, and
this,
listen, that's the tipping point. Life is pushing you, life is showing you that you are not doing what you're supposed to do. And sometimes it just simply doesn't make sense to fight something and try to make it work because you actually might have a better way of living. And that's natural for us. We want to grow, we want to have better life, we want to thrive. We don't want to work hard, no one does. We sometimes believe that that's the only way, but not necessarily. So we can change. And sometimes situations like this, like Robert went through, shows you that actually you can do something completely different because, well, you have skills, you have abilities, and you can make your life easier. And the last one is actually the most important, I would say.
yes, exactly. I think so too.
Yes, so perfect. So you decided, well, that's all gone, but well, that you can change your life. But throughout all this, those changes and traveling, because Germany is not the only country you've been working at. Uh, Throughout all the changes, how was it emotionally and mentally for you?
Emotionally, uh, I was very happy when it occurred that I can change the job. And for example, I had two conversations with the recruiting companies One of them was Capgemini, and they said, "Okay, it's you're the correct person for this job," and that made me very happy, and that made me feel that yes, finally I can show to myself, but not only to myself, to my family, that I'm not the only the worker in the factory,
Mm.
but I can achieve something more and work with my head.
Yes,
And
and that's,
this was
listen, guys, the 40 plus generation, we when we started our professional life, we've been majority of us, we've been told that that will be the job that you will be doing for the rest of your life. You will be within the same company, you will be promoted every now and then after you work long enough and you are expert in a certain field. But we've been trained to work within one profession for the rest of our life. It doesn't have to be that way, and Robert is a great proof of that, because he was working as a welder. Now he's doing something different, but we will get to that. You said you were very happy because they said yes, you are the right person for the job, even if you never did it before, and that's
exactly
fantastic. So what did you do with that?
with that.
Yes.
I've started the new job, and it was even more. For example, for me, when I started to work, it was about 20 years ago. The money that you earned was something. It's still in my head. For example, when I was earning about 1,500 euro zlotys, and now just in the start I received about 4,000. I know, I understand that it's the change. The times have changed. Everything has changed.
Mm.
But the in working in home office and earning that amount of money for me as a 40-year-old guy, yes, that remembers a little bit of socialism. It's something that the people that from my neighbors, my family, they ask, but what exactly do you do? You sit all day at home, you earn the money, and what do you do? I say, I'm talking to people. But I'm not selling I don't know, any commercial gadgets or pens or something like this. No, I'm talking to the people that have the problems with their computers, for example. Outlook doesn't work or something like that. I try to fix it. If I won't be able to fix it, I send it to the people that are more intelligent than me. They have the more knowledge than I, and they do it. And that's
Perfect.
that's that's the very good way to work.
Yes, so tell me that, because you said they were asking you, your family, your friends, but what about support? Did you have any support while going through all those changes? People to talk to, family, friends, maybe professionals like coach, psychologist, someone like that. Did you use any of services, or
Mm,
will use
I
help of friends?
I haven't used any professional help, as we can say that. Naturally, my wife helped me. My 10-year-old son. He was very happy that I'm working home. Don't have to go abroad. And it's more interesting. My mother-in-law. She told me, "Oh, okay, fantastic. Stay at home. Don't go anywhere. It will be fine. We are all glad that you can stay." It's very interesting that this was said by my mother-in-law. Yes. And and yes, family is very important.
Mm.
For example, if it would be 15, 20 years earlier, it might have been something different. Probably I would go for contracts all over the world, and made my life a little bit different. But as I have my family. I'm a family man right now, so this was the best solution.
Yeah, I definitely can relate in here. And guys, listen, what is important in here, because we are talking about mindset. Robert's mindset is, if there is opportunity, I'm taking it. And that's the way of thinking that can get you to where you want to be and when you will thrive. Thinking about, well, I have to do something because, and there is a lot of reasons why you have to do it, it's not helping you to thrive, it helps you to survive. But here we have very simple decision. I can make life better. Okay, I go for it. I can be with my family. Fantastic. I stay with my family. And there is support of the family in here as well. And that was perfect. That was great in here. So instead of working as a physical worker on the contracts in different places, keep on traveling and staying away from the family, by making that decision, making a choice and trying, first and foremost, trying to get something that is better, Robert can work from home, spend more time with his son, with his family, and will technically make better money. So saying all that, what's your plan for the future? Do you have any specific plans right now? Do you want to well, keep on working and growing, getting new experiences? Are you planning to move abroad again? What is it then?
Abroad, probably not, but for sure not as a welder, as a contract worker. Yes, but I'm right now. It's a brand. It's a generally a new way, and I don't have that much experience to think that I will be a manager sometime or something like this. Now, this job is a it's a basic IT consultant. Yes, it's interesting. For now, it's the time to collect more information, more knowledge. In about, I don't know, few years, I can try to or change it a little bit in a different way, because I was trying to get the job as a, for example, as a recruiter. Because for me, with my not only education, but the things I learned during the times when I was working as a worker, it makes me, I think, a good oof, I don't know, how can I say, I have lack of English word. Hmm. But
Good
I can I can
recruiter?
I can exactly, recruiter, the person that's recruiting others, and I can see when talking with somebody, I will know if he's the one, the correct person for the job. Yes, but it turned a little bit different. There was a space in the IT, something new for me, but I thought, it's interesting. If the company
Perfect.
gives all the information needed, all the knowledge base and so on, why don't I try it?
Yes,
It
and
it it, it
listen,
was it is a very good choice.
fantastic. So listen, guys, that's the thing. That's a big takeaway in here because, well, there is a lot of companies that are training you for the job. You don't need to go with specific knowledge. You need to go with general knowledge and the right attitude. When you have that and when you learn, you can start doing, well, the simple things first and then keep on growing. And well, I work with human needs as well when I work with my customers, and a big part of it is the need to grow and the need to contribute, to give to others, to leave something behind. In this conversation, you can clearly hear the element of growing that Robert is talking about. He learns constantly, he's happy with the learning, he's enjoying it, and he knows that it's not the time just yet, but he's already thinking about using this knowledge to do other things, and that's contribution already. That's already giving away, giving back after all these learning processes and this new knowledge that you receive. And they are two the highest human needs that we have. We need to have everything else secure before we can learn with satisfaction, and before we can start contributing, because well, we need to have our own security and connection and love. We need to have something special about us and enough variety to actually go through the learning process and then to give back to others, to next generations. And that's exactly what Robert is doing here, despite the COVID situation and being technically all by himself for a week, and well, having other formal issues, let's call this. Yes, he just went through it. He set himself for success, for changes. He changed everything, and that's where he is right now. And that's what I love about this story. But now I have a question that I want to ask, and it's a very important question because someone who listens now might be in a similar situation that you were before. So what would you recommend to someone whose life is changing now, or it's about to change professionally? One single golden advice that you could give to this person to go through the changes and come out as a winner.
Just keep trying. Just keep trying, and don't be afraid of this. This is a normal thing. You won't try this, it won't go. You'll try another one. In this world, when everything is changing, there are plenty of opportunities. So only
Perfect.
way is just to try, just to think, and don't be afraid of it.
And that's great summary of this conversation, I believe. Well, listen, guys, like Robert said, just keep on trying. And what I say sometimes as well, done is always better than perfect. Simple as. And yes, Robert, well, thank you very much for this conversation. Well, if there are people interested in your skills, in what you're doing, or they want to track your records, I'm going to include the link to your LinkedIn profile. And well, you promised me before that you will complete it. So
Yes,
I
I'm
hold you to
trying all the
that.
time.
Guys, you can check if Robert's LinkedIn profile is it's completed. You can connect with him on LinkedIn. And yes, thank you very much for sharing your story, for sharing the transformation that you went through. It was done beautifully, and I can see it was done from the mindset point of view with ease. I know that you
I
went,
tried.
yeah, you went through a lot of complications along the way, but from the mental point of view, you were set for the success, and you have it. Fantastic.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this very interesting interview. This was one of my I don't give too many interviews except the working interviews with the HR
I
people.
feel honored.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Robert. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye bye.